Okay, I'm gonna try and do a live demo of MentisDB, the mine database. The first thing you should have is a MentisDB daemon. That's why it ends with D here. And you'll know it's running, and the MCP server is gonna be here. And I'm gonna go here in our MentisDB project, and I'm gonna use Copilot for this because it has the best agent fleet features. It allows me to work with even 20 of them at a time, whereas Claude or Codex just allow me to work with 6. So this is the actual open source project, and I think the project's mature enough for us to have a website. So the goal today is to show you how to use MentisDB to load the agents, how to orchestrate with them, and we're going to try and build a very basic website for mentisdb.com and deploy it to railway.com. So maybe I'm going to put some music on now, and I'm going to start prompting. So first thing I'm going to tell it is to show me the list of agents in the agent registry in Mentis. So this is using, I believe, Claude Sonnet. Yes, approve all the calls to Menti. So it's talking to the MCP. One of the things I'm going to do is you don't waste tokens on this. We're going to have a web dashboard so you can do stuff like that or manage the server settings. So you don't have to have the agent do that for you. So for this project, we want Orion to be our project manager. And then we're going to need our leptos front-end engineer. Okay, so we're gonna need this guy. Okay. So you will be Orion. Load. So we've told it to load the memories of Agent Orion, which is our project manager for Mentis. And there's an MCP endpoint where the Mentis server gives the best practices on how to use itself for everything, including orchestration. So my goal here is to not have to explain myself. And the idea is that it's going to fire off, we're going to tell it to fire off a fleet of agents to do the work we're going to tell it to do. And it will get the agents to not use more than half of their context window so that we save on tokens. When they reach to that point, those agents are supposed to save memories. And then the project manager is going to revive them. That's going to hydrate them and load the memories back, and they will continue to do the work. Okay, so it's loading stuff from the database. Okay, memory is loaded. Let's see, it knows about the projects it's worked on, some other projects I've used it for. Yeah, there it is. So this is what I said. At 50% context windows, flush to mentisdb compact reload. Okay. So now I need you to switch to workspace mentisdb.com because we're going to work on that folder to create first version of the website. I will do, let's just do that for now. Do I have, no, I don't have that. So I need the agent name. The one I need for this type of work is this leptos engineer. Leptos is a web framework in Rust. I've already bootstrapped the initial files on that project so that whenever we commit to and push to GitHub, the website is automatically deployed on railway.com, which is a cloud hosting service. Okay, Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what it is. So first, we're gonna call this command called fleet. Hold on. Fleet. So here we enable fleet. So let's tell it, you, I believe his name was Orion, was it? Or Astra, I always confuse Orion. You, Orion, will be the project manager of fleet of agents. Let's, sure, of 10 Puppet leptos front engineer agents. this is key. You have to tell, like, the way I've made the agent swarms go off is I tell them fire as many agents as you need and as you can. So and to have them work in parallel. So it's gonna have to create a task graph by itself. I'm not going to orchestrate shit. I just give it the high level view of what I want, and it as a project manager has to do all that. Great. Let me get the link for that. If I go to crates.io, let's find here MentisDB, and documentation is here. All right, let's see if it does it. Okay, so it says fleet deployed, and now we're gonna see the magic, I hope. So it's thinking, and hopefully it's gonna make a plan, and it's gonna start working. Big scope, that's how you wanna do this. If you want fleets of agents to work, you need big scope, or a task that's sufficiently complex in order to be broken down into parallel subtasks. It's mapping the full homepage structure, minimal navbar. Oh, I forgot to tell it not to use the color green. So another cool thing about Copilot is this shift tab here that you see here. If you want to remove yourself from the equation, you just go shift tab, autopilot. And now it's like, Jesus, take the wheel. So look, we see here a MentisDB append, there's something that it remembered. So if we look at the logs here, we are seeing the agents writing to MentisDB. So it wrote something about the brand identity the color palette has to have no green. So that's a user preference that makes perfect sense. It's using MentisDB as intended. So it has gotten to here, so it's gonna go to Mentis, gonna create component, blah blah blah. Sure, go ahead. Hopefully after this it is indeed in autopilot. No, still a few more. Yeah, whatever. Do whatever you need to do. As you've seen, I'm not coding. I haven't coded much since February. Sure. Oh, I should have told it to approve. It's just, right now it's just sandbox permissions. Once it has all the sandbox permissions, it should go. So dispatching wave 1 of fleet, there we go. So I didn't have to code an orchestration framework. These harnesses are smart enough, and when you empower them with something like MentisDB, they shine. So I wish I had a way to see the, maybe if I go on fleet, I know there was a way to see the fleet. Maybe not in this one. There we go. So now it's showing me what these guys are doing. Damn it, how was it? Maybe I can just ask. Tell me what each agent is doing and progress is. So now we can see, yeah, so they're all running. So this is when I just get out. But look down here, it says 6 background tasks. Let's see if now that works. Tasks. There we go. That's it. So now it's a little bit more exciting. And this is how you use all the freaking tokens. This is how you go beyond $100 a day, because you have multiple sessions. And then the idea is that you have this going, and you open another terminal, and you have another project. Now, since these guys are working on a blockchain that's related to the MentisDB project, I could literally now switch to the actual project, not the website project, and work. And the agents there would be notified, if they wanted to, of the memories that these guys are creating. And I'm sure if I go here, yeah, you see there's new memories here. There was a retrospective thought. So somebody had a compilation error here, and they learned something. So that's not going to happen again if they see through their memories, because they just keep getting smarter and smarter as they go. So this is kind of why, like, if you don't believe people are not coding when they say that we are not coding, it's because of this. We have swarms of agents at work. I hope you find this useful. Okay, so it seems that the project is done. It did this in like 30 minutes, but I was editing this video for you guys, and I figured the video wouldn't be complete unless I showed you at least the one-shot product. I'm sure it's not the final product, but it did it. It actually captured my vision quite nice for the documentation. I think there's 3 audiences. Agents themselves are going to be an audience, and then this is the .com. Let's see, at 43,000. So it made a site. It's not the best looking site, but it's there. And I'll probably now just have a conversation with it and make it look pretty. So there you have it. It made 2 websites probably in like 30 minutes.